Welcome to Around the Globe, a place where we bring you information and facts about the globe. You will learn a lot here. Please hit that subscribe button and you will learn more. Today's topic is Top 10 Richest People in the World and How They Got Rich. Before we begin, we would like to thank all our subscribers. You are the very reason why we are so determined to produce these informative videos every single day. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Billionaires play an outsized role in shaping the global economy, politics, and philanthropy. Forbes puts the number of billionaires in the world at 2,668 in 2022. That's insane if you think about it. In this video, we will tell you the top 10 wealthiest people on the planet and how they got rich. Without wasting time, let's count down from number 10. By the way, stick around to the end and find out the new billionaire who just kicked Elon Musk's ass off. 10. Larry Page, age 49, lives in California, co-founder and board member, Alphabet/Google, net worth $86.9 billion, Alphabet ownership stake 6%, which is $72.8 billion total, other assets $14.1 billion in cash. Like several of the tech billionaires on this list, Larry Page embarked on his path to fame and fortune in a college dorm room. While attending Stanford University in 1995, Page and his friend Sergey Brin came up with the idea of improving internet data extraction. The duo devised a new search engine technology they dubbed Backrub after its ability to assess links to a page. From there, Page and Brin went on to found Google in 1998, with Page serving as CEO of the company until 2001, and again between 2011 and 2019. Google is the world's dominant internet search engine, accounting for more than 92% of global search requests. In 2006, the company purchased YouTube, the top platform for user-submitted videos. After acquiring Android in 2005, Google released the Android mobile phone operating system in 2008. Google reorganized in 2015, becoming a subsidiary of Alphabet, a holding company. 9. Steve Ballmer, age 66, lives in Washington, owner, Los Angeles Clippers, net worth $89.3 billion, Microsoft ownership stake 4%, equivalent to $80.6 billion total, other assets, Los Angeles Clippers, $5.5 billion in cash. Steve Ballmer joined Microsoft in 1980 after Bill Gates convinced him to drop out of Stanford University's MBA program. He was Microsoft's 30th employee. Ballmer went on to succeed Gates as Microsoft CEO in 2000. He held the position until stepping down in 2014. Ballmer oversaw Microsoft's 2011 purchase of Skype for $8.5 billion. Ballmer owns an estimated 4% of Microsoft, making him the software giant's largest individual shareholder. In 2014, shortly after stepping down as Microsoft CEO, Ballmer purchased the Los Angeles Clippers basketball team for $2 billion. Ballmer lived in the same dorm and on the same floor as Bill Gates while the two attended Harvard University. The brotherly relationship between the two became strained when Ballmer started pushing the tech company into hardware such as the Surface tablet and the Windows mobile phone during his tenure as CEO. 8. Mukesh Ambani, age 65, residence, Mumbai, India, owner, Reliance Industries, net worth $89.6 billion, Reliance ownership stake 42%, equivalent to $90.1 billion total, other assets $410 million in real estate. Mukesh Ambani is the chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries, the world's largest oil refinery and one of the world's most valuable companies. The conglomerate was founded by Ambani's father, Dhirubhai Ambani, in 1966 as a textiles company and is now one of the leading segments of India's economy. Reliance's operations include oil and gas, petrochemicals, refining, retail, and media. About half of Ambani's wealth is derived from his stake in Reliance, which amounts to 42% of the public company. He owns Antalya, a real estate complex in Mumbai that's worth $410 million. Ambani also owns the Mumbai Indians, a professional cricket team. In 2016, Ambani launched a 4G phone network across India, netting more than 420 million subscribers, and is planning to launch 5G services. 7. Larry Ellison, age 78, lives in Hawaii, co-founder, chair, and CTO of Oracle, net worth $93.7 billion, Oracle ownership stake 40% plus, worth $68.3 billion, other assets, Tesla equity $17.2 billion in cash. Larry Ellison was born in New York City to a 19-year-old single mother. After dropping out of the University of Chicago in 1966, Ellison moved to California and worked as a computer programmer. In 1973, he joined the electronics company Ampex, where he met future partners Ed Oates and Bob Miner. 3 years later, Ellison moved to Precision Instruments, serving as the company's vice president of research and development. In 1977, Ellison founded software development laboratories alongside Oates and Miner. 2 years later, the company released Oracle, the first commercial relational database program to use structured query language. The database program proved so popular that SDL would change its name to Oracle Systems Corporation in 1982. Ellison gave up the CEO role at Oracle in 2014 after 37 years. He joined Tesla's board in December 2018 and stepped down in June 2022. Oracle is the world's second largest software company, providing a wide variety of cloud computing programs as well as Java and Linux code. Oracle has acquired numerous large companies, including human resources management systems provider PeopleSoft in 2005, customer relationship management applications provider Siebel in 2006, enterprise infrastructure software provider BEA Systems in 2008, and hardware and software developer Sun Microsystems in 2009. In December 2021, Oracle agreed to buy medical record software provider Cerner for $28.3 billion in cash. Long known for extravagant spending, Ellison has invested heavily in luxury real estate over the last decade. Perhaps his single most impressive acquisition was the $300 million purchase of nearly the entire Hawaiian island of Lanai in 2012, where the billionaire has lived since 2020. Ellison has built a hydroponics farm and a luxury spa on the island. Ellison has focused his philanthropy on medical research. In 2016, he gave $200 million to the University of Southern California for a new cancer research center. Ellison backed the Oracle Team USA sailing team, which won the America's Cup Racing Series in 2010 and 2013. 6. Warren Buffett, age 92, lives in Nebraska, CEO, Berkshire Hathaway, net worth $108 billion, Berkshire Hathaway ownership stake 14%, $107 billion, other assets $1.10 billion in cash. The most famous living value investor, Warren Buffett, filed his first tax return in 1944 at age 14, declaring earnings from his boyhood paper route. He first bought shares in a textile company called Berkshire Hathaway in 1962, becoming the majority shareholder by 1965. Buffett expanded the company's holdings to insurance and other investments in 1967. Widely known as the Oracle of Omaha, Buffett is a buy and hold investor who built his fortune by acquiring undervalued companies. More recently, Berkshire Hathaway has invested in large, well-known companies. Its portfolio of wholly owned subsidiaries includes interest in insurance, energy distribution, and railroads, as well as consumer products. Buffett has dedicated much of his wealth to philanthropy. Between 2006 and 2020, he gave away $41 billion, mostly to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and his children's charities. Buffett launched the Giving Pledge alongside Bill Gates in 2010. Now 92 years old, Buffett still serves as CEO, but in 2021 he hinted that his successor might be Gregory Abel, head of Berkshire's non-insurance operations. 5. Jeff Bezos, age 58, live in Washington, founder and executive chair of Amazon, net worth $114 billion, Amazon ownership stake 10%, about $89.9 billion, other assets, Blue Origin, The Washington Post, and $14.5 billion in cash. In 1994, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com in a garage in Seattle shortly after he resigned from the hedge fund giant D.E. Shaw. He had originally pitched the idea of an online bookstore to his former boss David E. Shaw, who wasn't interested. Though Amazon originally started out selling books, it has since morphed into a one-stop shop for everything under the sun and is expected to overtake Walmart as the world's largest retailer by 2024. Amazon's pattern of constant diversification is evident in some of its unexpected expansions, which include acquiring Whole Foods in 2017 and entering the pharmacy business the same year. Bezos owned as much as 16% of Amazon in 2019 before transferring 4% to his former wife Mackenzie Scott as part of their divorce proceedings. In 2020, Amazon's share price jumped 76% on the heightened demand for online shopping amid the COVID-19 pandemic. On July 5, 2021, Bezos stepped down as CEO of the e-commerce giant, becoming its executive chair. Bezos originally took Amazon public in 1997 and went on to become the first man since Bill Gates in 1999 to achieve a net worth of more than $100 billion. Bezos' other projects include aerospace company Blue Origin, the Washington Post, and the 10,000-year clock, also known as the Long Now. On July 20, 2021, Bezos, his brother Mark, aviation pioneer Wally Funk, and Dutch student Oliver Deeman completed Blue Origin's first successful crewed flight, reaching an altitude of more than 66 miles before landing safely. Bezos' wealth peaked at $211 billion in the same month. Bill Gates, age 67, lives in Washington, co-founder of Microsoft. Net worth $115 billion. Microsoft ownership stake 1.3%, about $26 billion. Other assets $55 billion in cash and billions over multiple other companies. While attending Harvard University in 1975, Bill Gates went to work alongside his childhood friend Paul Allen to develop new software for the original microcomputers. Following this project's success, Gates dropped out of Harvard during his junior year and founded Microsoft with Allen. The largest software company in the world, Microsoft also produces a line of personal computers, provides email services through its Exchange server, and sells video game systems and associated game devices. It has recently invested heavily in cloud services. Gates shifted from the company's CEO to the role of board chair in 2008. He joined Berkshire Hathaway's board in 2004. He stepped down from both boards on March 13, 2020. Bill Gates has much of his net worth in Cascade Investment LLC. Cascade is a privately held investment vehicle that owns a variety of stocks including Canadian National Railway, Deere, and Republic Services, as well as private investments in real estate and energy. 3. Gautam Adani, age 60, lives in Gurgaon, India, founder and chair of Adani Group. Net worth $125 billion. Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, and Adani Transmission's ownership stakes 75% each, about $72.45 billion. Other assets 66% of Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone $12.2 billion. Public asset 61% of Adani Green Energy $22.6 billion. Public asset 37% of Adani Total Gas $18.1 billion. Public asset. Gautam Adani, the founder of Adani Group, surpassed Mukesh Ambani in March 2022 as the richest person in Asia. Through his ownership of the Adani Group, Adani owns major stakes in 6 key Indian companies, including a 75% stake in Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, and Adani Transmissions, as well as a 66% stake in Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, 61% stake in Adani Green Energy, and a 37% stake in Adani Total Gas. Adani entered the power generation market in 2009 with Adani Power. Adani created Adani Enterprises in 1988 to import and export commodities. In 1994, his company was granted approval to develop a harbor facility at Mundra Port, which is now the largest private port in India. Adani dropped out of college and previously worked in the diamond trade. Adani now has the largest port operator, closely held thermal coal producer, and coal trader in India. In 2020, he purchased a 74% stake in Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport, India's second busiest airport. The billionaire was kidnapped and held for ransom in 1997. Adani was also in Mumbai's Taj Hotel during the 2008 terrorist attack. 2. Elon Musk, age 51, lives in Texas, co-founder and CEO, Tesla. Net worth $168.5 billion. Tesla ownership stake 15%, about $63.6 billion. Other assets, space exploration technologies, the Boring Company, Twitter. Elon Musk is the second richest man in the world. He was born in South Africa and attended a university in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned bachelor's degrees in physics and economics. 2 days after enrolling in a graduate physics program at Stanford University, Musk deferred attendance to launch Zip2, one of the earliest online navigation services. He reinvested a portion of the proceeds from this startup to create X.com, the online payment system that was sold to eBay and ultimately became PayPal Holdings. In 2004, Musk became a major funder of Tesla Motors, which led to his current position as CEO of the electric vehicle company. In addition to its line of electric automobiles, Tesla produces energy storage devices, automobile accessories, and through its acquisition of SolarCity in 2016, solar power systems. Musk is also CEO and chief engineer of Space Exploration Technologies, a developer of space launch rockets. In 2020, Tesla shares soared 740% to propel Musk up the wealth rankings. In December 2020, Tesla joined the S&P 500, becoming the largest company added. In January 2021, Musk became the richest person in the world, a title he held till December 2022, when his net worth fell due to a decrease in Tesla's share price over the year. Musk asked his Twitter audience on November 6, 2021, whether he should sell 10% of his Tesla stock, framing the issue as a response to criticism of unrealized capital gains as a means of avoiding taxes. He proceeded to sell shares worth $16.4 billion over the remainder of 2021, thanks to the surge in Tesla shares in 2021 and private transactions boosting the reported valuation of SpaceX. Musk's lead in the global wealth rankings continued to grow. His net worth hit a high of $340 billion in November 2021. In April 2022, Musk began a campaign to take Twitter private, which culminated in a $44 billion buyout. Musk planned to fund the deal with $21 billion of his own capital. In the run-up to the buyout announcement, Musk sold 9.6 million shares of Tesla, valued at roughly $8.5 billion. In July 2022, Musk decided to back out of the Twitter buyout. Twitter filed a lawsuit against Musk to force the buyout to go through. Musk countersued the company but then reversed course and declared he was willing to buy Twitter after all. The deal officially closed in October 2022, giving him an almost 80% stake in the company. 1. Bernard Arnault, age 73, lives in Paris, CEO and chair, LVMH, net worth $172.9 billion. Christian Dior ownership stake 97.5%, about $132 billion total. Other assets, Molly's and company equity, and $10.3 billion in cash. French national Bernard Arnault is the chair and CEO of LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods company. LVMH brands include Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Marc Jacobs, and Sephora. Most of Arnault's wealth comes from his massive stake in Christian Dior SE, the holding company that controls 41.2% of LVMH. His shares in Christian Dior SE, plus an additional 6.2% in LVMH, are held through his family-owned holding company, Groupe Familial Arnault. An engineer by training, Arnault first showed his business acumen while working for his father's construction firm Ferret-Savenol, taking charge of the company in 1971. He converted Ferret-Savenol to a real estate company named Ferranol Inc. In 1979, Arnault remained Ferranol's chair for another 6 years until he acquired and reorganized luxury goods maker Financière Agache in 1984, eventually selling all its holdings other than Christian Dior and Le Bon Marche. He was invited to invest in LVMH in 1987 and became the majority shareholder, chair of the board, and CEO of the company 2 years later. Thank you for watching this video produced by the clever producer Mr. Wonderful. We will publish these videos every single day. Please subscribe to this channel to receive many more videos about the globe. This is Around the Globe.